Ever heard of them? Well, if not, you're about to find out. So, let's imagine we have a box of candy. We'll count how many candies we find in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 candies in one box. Now, we open a second box of candy, take 5 candies from it and put it in the first box. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 candies. Wow! We just took candy from a second box and put it in our first box. This is called addition. We will term it as a repeated counting in a specific manner and use the symbol plus. Let's head outside. Now, let's imagine a frog. Now let's ask this frog to jump between lilies and count that. It's jumping 1, 2, 3 lilies. Now let's ask it to skip a few lilies. So if it skips 4 lilies, that's a jump of distance 4. Now let's hope the frog can take as big jumps as we ask it to. Can you jump 382,792,797 lilies far? No? But you can try. Anyways, can you jump 4 lilies far than 3 lilies far? Okay, so you jump 4. That's the same as jumping 1 lily 4 times. Now you jump 3 lilies, which is the same as 1 lily 3 times. So the frog jumped 7 lilies far, but in groups of 4 and then 3. This way of jumping special distances to get to another lily is another form of addition, which we can show the jumps as 4 plus 3. Subtraction in this case will be jumping a specific number of lilies back from a lily. For example, the frog is on the 11th lily and he jumps 7 lilies back and lands on the 4th lily. This can be shown as 11 minus 7 is equal to 4. Now, let's get a bigger frog that cannot fit on 1 lily and needs 3 lilies. Let's ask it to jump 4 lilies. Oh wait, it jumped 12? Why, you may ask? Since the frog is bigger, 1 normal jump for it is the same as 3 jumps for a normal frog. So, we count in groups of 3 or multiples of 3 for this frog. Now, you may ask, why multiples? Well, that's because this was an example of multiplication. Now, what if we ask it to jump 5 steps? We count in 3's 5 steps, 5 times. See, it jumps 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 lilies. We can see that it jumps a certain distance, so we remind ourselves of that fact by saying 3 before and then counting about the jumps it made, which in this case 5. So we can say it jumped 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 steps. But that will get messy. So let's use multiplication. 3 times 5. Easy, isn't it? Where 3 indicates the jump distance and 5 is the number of times it jumped. I hope you've understood multiplication now. So, multiplication is repeated addition, as you understand. And just how multiplication is repeated addition? Exponents are just repeated multiplication. Let's ask our frog to come back. Now, this is a special frog as you can see, and it has one very special property. Instead of jumping, it stretches itself to the lily and becomes as fat as it stretches itself. For example, let's ask it to stretch 3 lilies. Now that it has stretched 3 lilies, it becomes 3 lilies fat. Now, this is both a good thing and a bad thing. Since the frog can change sizes, we can cover spaces much faster. However, it can't really land on many spaces. How you may ask? Well, let's take a situation. For example, its second stretch could never land on 7. This frog is exponent frog. Let's see what it does and how it behaves. We will ask it 3 lilies and stretch 3 lilies again. So 3 lily jumps twice. Hey, why did you go 9 steps far? 3 lily jumps twice will be 3 and 3, which will be a 6 lily jump. It makes sense. Let's break down what happened. The frog stretched 3 lilies. After doing so, he is now 3 lilies big. And now 3 lilies for him are 9 lilies for us. So we are technically doing the 3 lilies and then 3 stretches in groups of 3. And the frog counts the first stretch as a stretch, and so we end at 9. This is what it means to exponent something. We will write this motion as 3 raised to the power of 2, where 2 is the number of times we ask it to jump lilies, also known as the degree of the exponent. For example, I asked the frog to stretch 8 lilies wide, and then 8 lilies again. It stretches 8 lilies and becomes 8 lilies big. Now it counts one stretch as done, and stretches a distance which seems like 7 lilies for him, but it is actually in groups of 8 now. If we use multiplication frog to show this, we will get 8 times 8. If we ask addition frog to show this, it shows 8 plus 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 8, and the exponent frog shows it as a very small and compact exponent from as 2 over 8, where the 2 stands for stretches happening twice. Now, here is something to think about before we conclude this first part. What would happen if the frog stretched 4 lilies far 3 times? Also, a like and a sub would help us get more content to you with things that you would want to know. We have a lot of amazing topics we plan to do, from relativity to calculus, all simplified to remain as simple as the frog. Keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep watching Clarify. Have a nice day!